Okay, shalom, shalom, shalom. Kwam Yasha'Allah, Koholoimla Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Kahakudash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and that by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth. And just want to say the water toward the H.I.M and Akwaf. That's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai to the best of their ability. This is Yahanan the Waf, just coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. And, just proving who Esau is, man, the so-called white race. They're Edomites, man. They're not so-called white people. As you can see, this guy on the screen right here, he's almost the same color as his tie. He's a derivative of the color of his tie. And if you notice his shirt is white. So they don't look like, a glass of milk. That's a social construct that they've come up with to, pretty much one of their aliases. Because they don't want to call themselves Edomites. They don't want to call themselves Esau. They don't want to call themselves the Idumeans and the Greek, because these are no more than your modern day Romans. They're still the same people. These are Edomites according to the Bible, and they are a race of people that the Lord hates, and the Lord uses them as the hammer of the earth, basically, to for a few different things. You know what I'm saying? But they are the wicked that the Bible speaks of. And we know that they are the wicked because the scripture says that the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof, if not wherein who is he? And that's Job 9:24, which we can get it, but I just quoted it, but we can get it. But I want to play this video. And this is from White Boy Radio, right? But what it's going into is the CIA director. He explains cloud seeding and how the government controls the weather, right? And these people have patents on shit like this, man. So we know that this man is the wicked, because no other race of people, you may have these other nations now, you know what I'm saying, like China. See, the other nations, they really only follow after these so-called white people, mainly the Americans. When the Americans, you know what I'm saying, or the so-called white people here, develop the missiles and bombs and things of that nature, these other nations was like, shit, we got to get that tech, because if we don't get that technology, they're going to come through and they're going to fucking bomb us and enslave us. So what these other nations are doing, pretty much they're just replicating what the so-called white man has done to try and protect themselves. And that's overall what it is. Because, see, this man is coming up with all this wickedness, man. He's the one that's, when you see these motherfuckers flying over the skies and you see them streaks in the sky, man, come on, bro. Come on, bro. And I was watching Redacted yesterday. They done a nice little clip on the same information. So Esau is really starting to be shown for who he really is. So let's play. This is for educational purposes only. I'm not getting any monetary value off of it. It's just for clearly educational points, and that's it. So let's play the video. Copyright disclaimer, right? So let's play it.
Another example is the array of technologies, often referred to collectively as geoengineering, that potentially could help reverse the warming effects of global climate change. One that has gained my personal attention is stratospheric aerosol injection, or SAI, a method of seeding the stratosphere with particles that can help reflect the sun's heat in much the same way that volcanic eruptions do. An SAI program could limit global temperature increases, reducing some risks associated with higher temperatures and providing the world economy additional time to transition from fossil fuels. This process is also relatively inexpensive. The National Research Council estimates that a fully deployed SAI program would cost about $10 billion yearly. As promising as it may be, moving forward on...
Now, who do you see in the audience there? Who do you see? Who's talking here? Who's speaking here? Who do you see in the audience? Nothing but their people. Every now and then you might see a damn Hamite, you know what I'm saying, some bone through the nose ass African. You might see one of them here and there. But overall, these meetings that, see, people don't, Jake don't watch no damn C-SPAN. Jake don't be watching none of these news stations, man, that actually go into something where these people be actually telling on themselves. They only watch their local, bullshit, who got shot, back to the weather, you know what I'm saying, and back to traffic. That's all they're going to give you. And Jake not into watching stuff like this, man, which is crazy. But, I mean, this is on Salakia. This is on the Watchmen. The Lord told us to watch and pray. He told us to warn the flock. And these types of, see, this might be a small article to some, but the scripture says, be not ignorant in any matter, whether great or small. These people are the wicked, man. They're the ones they can write into law, we're going to fuck with the weather. Any of you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, if you was out here fucking with the weather like that, they will come and arrest your ass, man. Find out what you do know. Might give you a break if you show them the technology that you do know, and then they'll weaponize the shit and still throw your ass in jail. So let's play some more. Crazy, bro. This shit is retarded. This is why we need out of this man's hands. These are the enemies of the Lord. They are the enemies of the children of Israel, man.
SAI would also raise a number of challenges for our government and for the international community. On the technical side, greenhouse gas emission reductions would still have to accompany SAI to address other climate change effects, such as ocean acidification, because SAI alone would not remove greenhouse gases from the atmosphere. On the geopolitical side, the technology's potential to alter weather patterns and benefit certain regions of the world at the expense of other regions could trigger sharp opposition by some nations. Others might seize on SAI's benefits and back away from their commitment to carbon dioxide reductions. And as with other breakthrough technologies, global norms and standards are lacking to guide the deployment and implementation of SAI and other.
And there you have it, man. There you have it. You probably, get the rest of this interview or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Shouldn't be hard to find. I just, seen this clip and was like, okay, these people are the wicked, man. But let's go into the scriptures real quick. Okay, let's get this Revelation 11 and 18. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give a reward unto the servants, the prophets, and to the saints, and them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth. See, the Lord is about to get rid of all you nations that's in any type of power, especially you damn Edomites, man. Especially you Edomites, man. This man is completely out of his goddamn mind, bro. He's giving lab-grown meat. He's flying through the sky, spraying whatever. Your water is horrible. You got GMO foods. Everything is just all out of whack. The people are miserable as hell. All your citizens, no matter what country, is miserable as shit. Right? But this is Psalm 64 and 8. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves, or that see them shall flee away. The CIA director is just telling you what it was. But again, our people, the Israelites, man, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you don't pay attention to shit, man. All you want to do is rise up and play. And that's it. If Jake can't rise up and play, he feels as if life is over. Jake can be in the most miserable moments of his life, man, but he'll still be trying to find some way to party. He's not gonna try. He's not gonna be really bent on trying to find a way. Let me get out of this shit. Let me really try and change some things up. Nope, Jake just looking for the next blunt to smoke. He throws his music on, he sit around and he bobs his goddamn head all day with his pants hanging off his ass. Even the older men of our nation, man. It's finished, man. We are through as a people. But these motherfuckers right here, this is the type of stuff that they do on a day-to-day basis. They got think tanks to pretty much come up with weapons of mass destruction, man. That's all Esau is known for and capable of. Let's get 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3. Because we know that we're in the end days because he's starting to be revealed. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come. What day? The coming of the Lord Yahweh, the coming of the Lord Yahushua, which the world ignorantly calls Jesus. And those are the true names of the Father and Son. Yahweh, which means he exists, or the existing one, and the true name of his Son, the Savior of the children of Israel, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, is Yahushua, which means that he's the Savior or deliverer in the Paleo-Hebrew. Because there's no letter J in Hebrew, man. There's no letter E, no letter O, no letter U, no letter V. These very same people came up with, and they actually pretty much They destroyed the language by giving you these extra letters, man, these extra sounds. Those sounds are not in Hebrew, man, not the original Hebrew. And there was no letter J when the Lord walked the earth. The average Christian don't know that there was no English language when the Lord walked the earth. They were only speaking, like Hebrew, Greek, some Latin. They wasn't speaking no damn English. No one was calling on the name of Jesus. Because the letter J was invented in 1524, 500 years ago. So if the Lord walked the earth 2,000 years ago, do the math, man. They wasn't calling on no Jesus. But you got these Christians, they'll tell you his name doesn't matter. But guess what? It does. You get to calling on sweet white baby Jesus when shit hits the fans and see how that turn out for you. It's not going to turn out well for you, man. But let's get that back from the top. 2 Thessalonians 2:3, let no man deceive you by any means. For that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first. The falling away was the Israelites falling away from our heritage, our culture, not knowing who we are. Because when the so-called white man conquered us, he gave us all these names that we call ourselves now. He gave us these bullshit names, man, which are bywords, which actually goes into Deuteronomy chapter 28, the curses that the Israelites will be under for not obeying the Lord. And mainly because our people want to follow in behind these goddamn heathenist nations instead of doing what the Lord said to do. Here you go, you got the best thing going with the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. But yet you will follow a goddamn heathen. You will follow a people that won't treat the air as if you need to breathe it. They won't even treat the water as if you need to drink it. Motherfuckers that'll give you processed food with no nutrition in it whatsoever, and you going to church every Sunday and you bowing your damn head to their damn idol, white Jesus, man. And the Lord is going to destroy your ass if you don't repent. You repent to the Father, Yahweh, in the name of his son, Yahushua, because this man is being revealed. It's going to go on to say that here. And that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. This man is the man of sin. He's the son of perdition. Matter of fact, in the NLT, it says, don't be fooled what they say. Don't be fooled by what they say. For that day will not come until there is a great rebellion against God, and the man of lawlessness is revealed, the one who brings destruction. This is all that this man does. Now they talking about, when I was watching the redacted video yesterday, they was going all off into, hey, these storms down here in the South that's done ravaged the damn South are pretty much created by these people. The CIA director just admitted that they got the technology. They're directing fucking weather, man. This man gotta go. Verse 4, it says, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he is God, sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. He's the one that's running around out here fucking with the weather. He's the one that's saying, nope, the Lord didn't do that right. Let's take the seeds out of the grapes. Let's take all the seeds out of the fruits and vegetables. He didn't do it right. He's the one that's got you, pulling up at a goddamn wall. These motherfuckers got a drive-through at a drug facility spot for you to go and get their medicines, their science, man. You're pulling up at a damn CVS or wherever your pharmacy is at. He got everybody out here thinking that as soon as you get a sneeze, you need to go and roll your sleeve up and get some shit that he wants you to have. Now you got the season where he wants you to take fucking 5-10 shots, man. You already know the season. You already know the ones that now he got a new one that he didn't add it on to the other ones. And people are catching on and don't want to take none of that shit because they're starting to realize, Esau, you full of shit. See? So the so-called white man don't trust the so-called white man. So why would you? Now, let me see there's something. I might be able to find this redacted. It was yesterday I was watching it. But let me see if I can go into my history and see if I'm find a little bit of it. Okay, I found it. Yeah, and this is for educational purposes as well. But hey, this was you might want to just kind of get this one. It's redacted. As you can see, they got like 2.5 million viewers, and they go pretty decent. About just exposing a lot of things, man. So if you're into this truth and you're actually teaching and things of that nature, you know what I'm saying, this could be something that you may want to subscribe to their channel and because they do come up with good content. I mean, you know, hey, they got some researchers for real. But I mean, you know, hey, you know, we go up into little things like this, you know, because this is part of being a watchman. Because you have to go up into some of this alternative news, man. Because Esau not gonna tell you what's up, man. These people are not gonna tell you shit like this. But this is for educational purposes only. Slovakia. Just want to play a little bit of it to just show you that the same thing the damn CIA director was talking about. These people, they even got a little bit better footage. And all praises to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua 1144. So let's play a little bit.
Government have been able to manipulate the weather. That's a fact. You can look it up. Since the 1960s, we've been able to control and even weaponize the weather. That's a fact. You can look it up.
We did it in Vietnam. Yeah.
Exactly. And in the 1970s, the United States Congress put forth a bill to regulate weather manipulators. That's right. In case you had some sort of a weather manipulation tool, the United States government wanted you to register it with the United States government and get a license for it. That's how much we were doing this in the United States. So we'll come back to that part of the story in a second. But first, when Hurricane Katrina destroyed New Orleans and the Gulf Coast in 2005, a lot of people got very rich. I don't know if you know that. That story hasn't really been covered or talked much about. Millionaires, in fact, were made as a result of it. Millionaires were made almost overnight as a result of this destruction. 80% of the land, of course, was destroyed in New Orleans at the time, and all the way up through the Mississippi into Biloxi and everything else was wiped away. Most of it purchased by property developers. And black residents of New Orleans at the time weren't stupid. They knew exactly what was happening to them. Here's a nice paycheck, now leave and never come back. We'll take your land. Don't worry, get out of here.
You see, this is a part of them, you know, tongue falling upon themselves. They're telling, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, they've been doing this for a long time, man. Motherfuckers been flooding out black towns and doing all kinds of shit, you know what I'm saying, to motherfuckers jet skiing over cities, man. Out there, you know, on their fucking boats and shit with a goddamn big ass Trump flag floating from behind. You know, that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? All these places, a lot of these places where they you know, they jet set and they got houses built off the water. Those are man-made lakes and shit like that, where they pretty much, you know, they just pretty much, they flooded out the cities of the so-called blacks, man. So these people got a lot to pay for, man.
Take the town of Point Cadet, a hurricane-battered blue-collar neighborhood in East Biloxi, Mississippi. Homes were totally flattened. Casinos swooped in, bought up all of the land. Casino operators snatched up tracts of land from property owners whose homes were flattened by the hurricane on August 29th, 2005. Now this area, tourist destination, right? And nice casinos, restaurants, nice pier, all of that, nice shopping and everything. No more pesky homeowners with riverfront property, just like Maui. Lahaina, right? Where massive wildfires took out all the homes, people that lived there for well over 100 years. A lot of generational families in those areas now just wiped away. Perfect tourist destination properties in that area. The people that own those houses, of course, are totally inconvenient. Get out of here. We need this oceanfront property for new resorts. On November 13th, 1946, pilot Curtis Talbot, working for the General Electric Research Laboratory, he climbed up to the top of a local peak, 14,000 feet high, near Schenectady. I love that name. Near Schenectady, New York. Talbot, along with another researchers from GE, released just 3 pounds of dry ice into the clouds, high above Schenectady. And suddenly it began to swirl. Suddenly ice crystals formed, and then it started to snow.
Walnuts are high in.
Suddenly ice crystals formed, and then it started to snow. Big snow was a result of that. Obviously, this is not footage from 1946, but this is snow. And it was pretty crazy. This was the first time they had created the first man-made snowstorm just after World War II. Then experiments continued into rain and manipulation of tornadoes and hurricanes, and it came quietly. Then came Project Cirrus. which has been recently declassified. 1947, U.S. experiment along with the United States Navy, the Army, General Electric. They attempted to control hurricanes using cloud seeding. It was aimed at reducing the severity.
See? Hey, these people, man. And like I said, again, they're starting to tell on themselves, man. You know what I'm saying? Because, again, this verse right here, verse 4, 2 Thessalonians 2 and 4, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, because they got a God complex. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is in control of the weather. And even if they doing what they doing with it, the Lord is still in control. The Lord is the one that gave them the technology on the left-hand side to actually be the idiots that they are. So they really think that they're in control of this shit, when really in reality it's still Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. Right? It says, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he is God, sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. And not only that, he gave you white Jesus. He gave you a white God. He gave you white angels. He gave you white prophets. He went into the scriptures, whitewashed every damn thing, and all of a sudden he's the righteous. When everything that he's doing in the planet is wicked as hell. You cannot get around it, man. So he's starting to be revealed, man. That's how we know that we're in the last days. This is Job 9 and 24. I quoted it earlier, but let's just get it. Job 9 and 24. It says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? The wicked is running the earth. How do we know who the wicked are? Because we can just point to who's running the earth. It's them. Like I said, again, these other nations, you know, like your so-called Chinese, you know what I'm saying? The Japanese, they've been conquered. Because Japan is no more than a U.S. city, man. You know what I'm saying? Little places like that. But, you know, it's places like Russia that's hanging on, you know, your Irans and things of that nature that's, you know, trying to keep them from, you know, pretty much overall coming in and taking over shit. That's the only reason why they really got these nuclear weapons. You know, the ones, you know, they was in that nuclear weapon race because they like, man, these motherfuckers bombed the shit out of Japan. We don't want that. Let us get that technology so we can defend ourselves. And that's pretty much the only reason why they really got the shit that they got like that. You know what I'm saying? But overall, you know, it's some Babylonian juice. They done drunk of the wine of Babylon. But the earth is, it says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. These people are all out in space. You know, and the scriptures talked about how Esau, matter of fact, because it goes off to how the guy was talking about how they use the weather as a weapon. And who's the great weapon maker? Who's the great weapon specialist? Esau. Matter of fact, you know what? Let's get that waster one. See, these scriptures will come jumping off the page, man. The Lord created the smith and the waster, and they have no idea that they actually work for the Lord. Yep, Isaiah 54 and 16. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy. So the Lord has created these things, man. You don't think, hey, all the nuclear weapons belong to the Lord. All the weapons that are going to be used to eradicate or to completely destroy America, those are the Lord's weapons. The Lord has given these. It clearly says, behold, I have created the smith. What do you think a smith is? Matter of fact, let's go into this. Let's see. Let's see what the Hebrew word for this word smith is. Or waster. So you have the smith is haras. H2796. Let's go into it. See? It's craftsman, artisan, engraver, graver, artificer, graver, artificer, skillful to destroy. See? Oh, they have it as karash. Let me see here. Well, haras. They karash. A fabricator or any material, artificer, carpenter, craftsman, engraver, maker, mason, skillful, smith, worker. These are people that, you know, if you watch any ancient period pieces or those older, when they was actually really fighting with swords and shields and all that shit like that, you would see the guy, he would be sitting there with that hot ass fire and fabricating and forming swords, beating that shit out, sharpening it. turning certain things into weapons. So Esau, as time has gone on, he has perfected the weapon. He's gone from a damn dagger, which goes back to Cain. When Cain killed Abel, he was the first murderer. He used a sharp instrument, man, to kill Abel, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, he killed him, with a weapon. So this man comes back, reincarnated as Esau Edom, and he was blessed with the sword by our forefather Isaac, and he's been perfecting that damn weapon ever since then. You're not gonna make no better weapon than this man. You can cut it out. He's a cunning hunter. Scripture says that he's a cunning hunter, that he will have the fatness of the earth. And these are all attributes that fits Esau. We know who that is because all you got to do is just use some damn common sense. But we know that the spirit is not working with everybody, so everybody is not going to get that. But this man he's the creator of all the mass destructive ass weapons, man, that's on the planet, man. That's the reason why America has had so much power. In all these European countries, what do you think NATO is? Those are Edomites, man. Those are so-called white people. They're the hammer of the earth, man. And the Lord created them to be such. But I wanted let's see what this word waster, because it says he created the waster to destroy. Let's get the word waster as well. It's Sahat or Shahat, 878:43. Waster, to destroy. See, corrupt, go to ruin, decay, to be marred, be spoiled, be corrupted, be corrupt, be injured, be ruined, be rotted. And then they have to pervert, corrupt, do corruptly, deal corruptly, Salakia, morally. And no, this motherfucker, that's all he does is deal corruptly. To decay, ruin, batter, cast off, corrupter, destroyer, utterly waster. Hey, man, hey. And this scriptures it says to destroy, man, to ruin. And this is what do you think weapons of mass? Look at Gaza right now. Look at, even some of the videos they've been showing you from Lebanon. Those goddamn bombs, man, them shit's no joke, man. Them motherfuckers take out city blocks, bro. Just one, you know what I'm saying? Some basic shit. We're not gonna even talk about, the nuclear capability, man. That nuclear shit, man, people can take out a damn continent, man, within minutes. And this is Esau, man. So you cannot get around the fact that this man, hey, he was gifted with that sword. Matter of fact, we can get that in Genesis chapter 27. This is the blessing that our forefather blessed this man with. And he's very skillful at it. Hey, he can weaponize food. He can weaponize your spouse. He can weaponize your kids. He can weaponize weather. He can weaponize insects, man. This motherfucker got places where he housed the most deadly diseases in the world. A place like the CDC. Why would you have something like that? You don't think that they in there fucking with them insects and trying to find out ways to destroy? Come on, bro. These motherfuckers they don't weaponize everything, including the weather. That lets you know that he's the wicked, man. You can't get around it. Let me just get to the point here. Let me start at verse 38. Genesis 27 and 38. Yeah, let me start there. And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and of the dew of heaven from above. This is why this motherfucker is everywhere in the most pristine spots. He's all out in space. He's got international space centers and shit. He's constantly up there fucking with something. And then not to mention he's in the oceans, man. He's all in the oceans, man. Submarines and shit. Nuclear weapons all in that bitch. They testing nuclear weapons in the oceans. They testing nuclear weapons everywhere. This man is he's really the destroyer of the earth. Verse 10. And by thy sword shalt thou live. See, that's the point. He's been living by his sword. He's been, which goes off into these weapons that they have. That's the reason why they're able to just run throughout the earth and bully the shit out of everybody. And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. And Esau hated Jacob, which are you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. That's the reason why he treats you like shit, and been treating you that way for centuries, man. Because he hated our forefather because of the blessing. And he know that we're the Israelites, and they hate us because we have that very same blessing to this very day. We got that birthright, man. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. And this is what he's been trying to do for quite some time, man. But hey, the Lord is the one that's in control of who lives and who dies, and what nations can do what, because the Lord is over the nations. And in fact, that's Daniel. We can get that in Daniel 4, verse 17. It says, this matter is by the decree of the watchers, and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the bases of men. That's why you gotta, you know, you kind of be looking at them like, these stupid, silly motherfuckers is running the entire planet, man. But the Lord set them up. He set up the bases of men. That word base goes off into the lowliest. They're the lowliest of the people, man. As far as, you know, intellect, they move like fucking brute animals, man. But they'll stand there with a suit and tie on like they're the most civilized people on the planet. But war is always in their minds, man. Let's get maybe we can probably end out here. Yahweh Ratazah. Psalm 17. Let's start at verse 13. Arise, O Yahweh, disappoint him, cast him down. Deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. So we know that the Lord is the one that's using this man. He was gifted with the sword. See, it says, which is thy sword. Deliver my soul from the wicked. We just went into Job 9:24. We know that the earth was given into the hand of the wicked. These people are the wicked because they're the ones running the earth. They're making the rules all over the planet, man. You cannot say that they're not, man. They've been doing that shit for quite some time. They've been doing that shit, man, for we. Verse 14, from men which are thy hand. See, so they're only doing what the Lord designed them to do. And if you coming up against them, you're pretty much, what you're doing is you're coming up against the Lord. Because only the Lord can stop them, and the Lord has set a clock for them. So when that clock counts down to 0, they asses is out of here. And they're not going to be able to do anything to change that. And really, that's what you're seeing, you're witnessing happening in the earth right now, with all the chaos that's going on with them, man. They're distraught. They ready to go to civil war. They feeling like they losing. These motherfuckers shooting up schools, Walmart, you name it. Because they're really frustrated to the point of they don't know, you know, that blessing is actually turning into a damn curse on the ass, man. So those weapons of mass destruction that they created, the Lord is going to use them things against them. Verse 14 again, from men which are thy hand, O Lord, from men of the world. See, these people, they're carnal as hell. They're not moving in the spirit. They're not going to be able to, because it wasn't given to them. Which have their portion in this life. This is their kingdom. That 2 Ezra 6:9 says that Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So as their kingdom is falling, Jacob's kingdom is rising. So we're just waiting on the Lord to come. The Lord is going to handle these people. The Lord is going to take these people out. We can't just jump up and bear arms and try and, go out here and get at these people. These motherfuckers got nuclear weapons. What the hell do you think you're going to do with that? That little switch you got on that bullshit ass gun, you ain't about to do nothing with Esau, man. Because he was gifted with the sword, and he was given a time period to rule, and you can't stop it until the Lord is going to be the one that cleans this guy's clock, man. It says, from men which are thy hand, O Lord, from men of the world, which have their portion in this life, and whose belly thou fillest with thy hid treasure. They are full of children, and leave the rest of their substance to their babes. You can't get around. Hey, this is this man. But see, now it's only the elite of these Edomites that's actually, living, and leaving the rest of their substance to their babes, their inheritance. You got some of these motherfuckers, man, they ain't never, man, look. Motherfuckers ain't ever, bro. Motherfuckers, they get out of bed and have a motherfucker slide on their slippers, man. Dressing their asses, you know what I'm saying? Throwing their coat on and fixing their tie and doing all this shit, man. Moisturizing them and all kinds of combing their damn hair. Motherfuckers don't even look, probably, motherfuckers sitting there cutting a steak for them, bro. Putting the food in their mouth. Don't do a goddamn thing. Ain't ever done nothing in their life. They just got that kind of wealth. The most they would do is walk to, you know what I'm saying? Just, is just walk. Climb stairs as far as getting on their personal jet and fly to wherever they want to have lunch at. Wherever in the fucking world they want to go. So, I mean, hey, you can't get around it, man. These people are the wicked, man. And it's just time for them to fall. And there's nothing that no one can do about it until the Lord wants it done. And that time is coming, man, because Russia riling up. They already got the missiles that can reach this continent. These other nations are riling up. A lot of the prophecies are coming to pass, man, as far as like the people that are going to destroy or help destroy this fucking place, they're rising up, man. That's why the scriptures talks about, have thou become as weak as we. Now you got these other nations, man. Hey, they bearing arms. They done put they little, they've taken that tech and they've advanced in the technology of the sword as far as, and then got on that level with Esau, man. But see, Russia is Edomites too. So they have some of the top weapons in the world. Between the American Edomites and the Russian Edomites, ain't nobody fucking with them, man. Not when it comes to that weapon. You can cut it out. You ain't about to do nothing with them guys. The Lord really hit them off, man. And see, we're just a worm here. We're the only nation of people that have never had a military. And I'm not saying it from a standpoint of we've never had a military. I'm talking about on the level of all these other nations. We've never had our own military as far as having tanks and, fighter jets and fucking nuclear weapons. Hey, we just some niggas that's just working and paying taxes and so they can buy the shit that buy the materials that they're using to put together their shit. Only thing about a military that you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans can do is join their military. They're not about to allow you to have no fucking military. Are you crazy? They done fooled you into thinking that you're actually one of them. So, man, hey, but look, it's more to this hookup right here, because it was one part with this lady. Let me see if I can find it. But I would say go to redacted, man, and you can see the title on here. It says U.S. government is controlling the weather, Hurricane Helene victims. So if you see that, if you just put in a little bit of that, you should get this popping up. I wanted to get to this point where this lady was kind of breaking some shit down, and they going through all the shit, man. So they got the receipts on this place, man. Let me see, is this it? Slovakia. Might have been more towards the end. Here we go, right here. Let's get into a little bit of what she's got going on here.
Coincidences. Here's Eve for America. I like this.
Ever wonder what the pioneers did?
There are no coincidences. Here's Eve for America. I like this.
Can I tell you what I find suspicious as shit? That one of the areas affected by Hurricane Helene is the world's largest lithium deposit, and the DoD just entered into an agreement with this company right here to mine lithium for electric cars starting in 2025. Now that area is completely devastated. This is a $90 million agreement between the DoD and this company right here to get Kings Mountain, North Carolina lithium mine up and running by 2030. If that area has been inundated, is in a disaster zone, then the government can come in and do eminent domain, and they can pay you what it was worth 5 years ago rather than what it's worth right now. Imagine that your home is turned into a watery lot, and the government comes to you and says, hey, I'll pay you what you paid for it. You're going to take it and you're going to go, right? What do you think's going to happen right here now that they want this lithium mine up and running by 2025, 2030 at the latest? Back in 1947, we had the Florida-Georgia hurricane, or Hurricane 9, and it was the first hurricane to be targeted for weather modification. What happened was General Electric, the U.S. Navy, the Army, the Air Force, they poured dry ice into this hurricane using airplanes to see what would happen. Would they slow it down? Well, what happened was it slowed down a little bit, but it turned west really sharp. Let me show you. This is the path that the hurricane took in 1947. Does it look similar to you? Probably not. It's a coincidence, right? Moving on. I'm sure this is just another coincidence, but do you know who owns the most shares in that lithium mine? BlackRock and Vanguard.
Get the heck out of here. You just get the heck out.
You get the heck out of here.
Okay. I'm going to end out there, man. But you see what it is, man. See, Esau's tongue, man, is starting to fall upon themselves. They're telling on each other. Because Esau's pissed. You know what I'm saying? That, you know, the regular citizens, they're not getting their cut, man. As far as the Edomites. You know what I'm saying? You got the very elite that's sitting on, man, fucking, they can come up with a whole nother name. But they call it trillions. Quadzillion, whatever the fuck you want to call it. You got, 1%, or pretty much, I can't even say a 1%. These are just a few families, man, that's in control of billions of people overall. I mean, it just is what it is, man. And they're not sharing with their people. So these people are mad, and they're coming out and they're talking about them and telling shit, and it's just gonna get, we're gonna see more and more of this, man. Because this man got to be revealed. That's a part of the end days prophecies. Just remember that. This man must be revealed. So everything that people, this internet kicking they ass, especially TikTok, oh my. That site is really, I think that's, we understand why they want to get rid of it so bad. And, all these leaders, as far as the World Economic Forum, the UN and all that shit, these meetings that they've been having as of late, they want to shut this damn social media stuff down. This internet shit, they about to shut all that information down because it's too much being shared. They can't control the narrative like that. So I'm going to end out there, man. I pray that this lesson was edifying with that. Kwame Yashala and a Baba Ball.